Salvationists Stephen Steen, Ian Brown and Aaron Peterson have been sent to serve in Salvation Army territories that are wholly reliant on self-denial funding to survive. Last week they discovered the importance of giving to the Evangelical Fund of the Appeal.
By giving to the Evangelical Fund of the Self-Denial Appeal, we give Salvationists in Guatemala the opportunity to take more kids off the street.
Giving generously in the Self-Denial Appeal is really partnering in mission in the International Salvation Army.
If you're giving and asking and requiring the tax back, then it's not sacrificial giving.
Let's join them now as the whistle blows on their work on the mission field. It's Sunday in Tanzania and New Zealand Salvationist Stephen Steens' last day in Machimba.
Well, looks like we're just on time, eh?
As guest of honour, Steve is invited to speak.
I've enjoyed meeting some of you lovely people during this week when I've been working here. And from now on, you will all be in my prayers. And I want to see a house built out there, finished soon. Bye-bye.
It hurts me to walk away from the place and realise that although we might have done some good work, it's not finished. And it might not be finished for quite some time if they don't get the necessary money, I guess, to continue the project. I guess it's impacted me in a way that perhaps in previous years my self-denial giving hasn't been as sacrificial as it should be. And my encouragement to all that I come in contact with is that we have a duty to give to the self-denial appeal and make it sacrificial giving.
Sacrificial giving is also vital to the Salvation Army's ministry in Haiti, as Dr. Ian Brown has discovered during his time in Port-au-Prince.
Dr. Danielle, I wanted to say thank you very much. I've very much enjoyed my brief time here. The experience has been amazing. What you do here is absolutely fantastic, and I wish you all the best for the future. Thank you. Thank you, Major.
Thank you, Doctor.
Bye-bye.
Ian's been impressed by the Salvation Army's presence in the Port-au-Prince community.
The corps at Port-au-Prince interacts with its community very well. It's centred in one of the poorest areas of the city, and it really reaches out to the community there in a very holistic way.
But the Salvation Army has just one corps in Haiti's capital, Port-au-Prince, even though the community is crying out for more services and the Salvation Army is held in high regard. The problem is there's no money to expand.
Speaking with Major Lucien Lemartiniere, who's the divisional commander, he has visions of extending the work into other areas of the city and possibly developing 3 more corps with a similar ministry to the people. I will certainly be wanting to make a difference by my donation this year to the Evangelical Fund, the Self-Denial Appeal. We'll be going back to our roots in the Salvation Army, along the lines that William Booth promoted initially. And really, I think what we all have a heart for, and that's to save the lost and to reach out to those less fortunate in our community.
The Salvation Army's top brass was out in force for teacher Aaron Peterson's last day in Guatemala City.
They were just amazing. And the whole school was out to welcome us too.
The Le Mans Corps Band is giving at-risk kids in this dangerous neighbourhood a positive way to express themselves and keeping them out of violent gangs.
It's hard to describe the impact of the Army's work here in some of Guatemala City's most poverty-stricken, most crime-ridden neighbourhoods.
Mucho gracias!
It puts into context how small our sacrifice is, because that represents simply a monetary amount. It doesn't represent us being faced day to day with violence and death. It doesn't mean we're faced week in, week out with the reality of leaky roofs and poor resources in the school. The concept of sacrifice from a Western point of view needs refocusing. To call 1 week's salary a sacrifice when you look at what happens in a place like this by the officers, by the Salvationists, 1 week's salary is almost token compared to the sacrifice that they do for years and years and years on end in some of the most difficult places on earth.